What's up, fam? Hey, we want to get directly into it today about what's going on with these hot option plays. And man, we have a lot to get into today. I'm going to go over a few charts in this video where we're going to break it down from left to right and talk about what I see going on in the market, and then how some of the plays that I called this morning in this morning's hot option plays video, how some of those is actually doing, and some of the things that you should want to look out for as the market matures or later on this week. Now, we did have a big crypto correction today, probably the biggest correction of 2021 so far. I'm not gonna get into too much detail about it. We're gonna go through some of those charts as well, because that affects one of the option plays that I did call for this week. So we're gonna jump into those as well. But let's get started with the one and only AMC. Let's start there. So we're going to talk about AMC here, where you'll see on the chart that AMC is starting to push back up again towards key levels that we want to talk about here today. So you're looking at the monthly chart right now. If you're seeing what's going on with AMC, you'll see that we're starting to trend back up in that good direction that we want to see, and we was expecting a nice push today, which we got. We got about 8% on the day before we got a downside of 1% in the after hours, which is perfect. We want that type of level of precision right now. But what we're looking for is to test that 4850 level. So if you go down to the 1 hour, you're looking at it on the chart, you're seeing that we're actually in this cusp right here, in this crest that we want to push up out of. And you see I already got this mark. This is where I was actually thinking that the next key level was at for my next resistance level, which is about 4860. So about 4850 is about the range that we're looking at now. So what I will do is, what I'm going to make sure that you see is that I go ahead and lock that in the box here, that we believe that this is the next level that we want to get through soon. And that's what we want to see. Once we get the top off of this, I think it's headwind directly to actually $55. You started seeing these $5 increment levels start to take place on AMC. So I think we're in a great position as it comes to dealing with what AMC actually offers. So just keep paying attention to this. We're going to see where it goes. Now, if you're trying to roll with me over in the Discord, we got the $45 call laced to October 1st currently right now. So we're sitting good on this play. We possibly could see a correction come back here of a retrace down to about the 46-47 level, but as long as we stay above the $46 level together for the next couple of days, we'll see that nice push that we're going to retest that 48. I mean, it can come straight down here, or it can get choppy. If it gets choppy, we can see it go from this type of a level right here. Let's just do a trend line real quick so you see what I think could happen here. We can see a trend line from about right here. We can see it get choppy from this level, where we can actually see it actually started to go ahead and push down here and then push up again. It can bounce off this and then push back up for this level, or it can just go straight sideways consolidation here and then make that move. So either way, we're looking at the same thing going through with AMC. Now, this is a good play for us that we have lined up, and we're excited about this play. We think this is going to be a nice move to the upside, and that's going to get us to that next level that we want to see when it comes over to AMC. So that's what we're looking for at this point in time on AMC. Now, let's get into another hot play that we called. We called this play last week, and we've been saying it's starting to progress towards our next signal of 190, and that's Disney. Okay, we got Disney coming up on good push from what Shang-Chi has done in the box office over the Labor Day weekend, which is outstanding. That's what we want to see, is great news like that, helping Disney propel itself up even more. This has not got anything to do with the streaming service. This is strictly them in the movies, which is great, because that's what you want to see, is that the box office numbers are starting to come in. So how does that affect Disney currently right now? Well, we zoom out, you look at what's going on the monthly, you'll see currently right now that Disney is in that cusp where we're trying to get that nice push back out, so we can start trending towards 203. But the key level that we care about right now by the high option plays is 190. So what are we looking at currently on the 190 chart that we're trying to get to on the daily? Well, you see we got to make some headwind here. We're sitting right on this resistance line of 182, a little bit ahead of it. So we're currently sitting at 184.34 with the market closed. Okay, so what you're looking at right now is that we want to get through this wall right here. So the next level that we're looking to get through is going to be sitting at 185. Okay, we're going to push through that, but then at the same time, the one level that we're really concerned about at this point in time that may hold us back is to actually at directly 187. So we can get through 187 and about 183, 185 first, and then we actually retest this 187 level. We can get through this and push through it smoothly. We can come in and coast directly to this 190. We have a little pressure sitting at about 189 that we have to push through, but 187 is that definitive level that we're looking to get through currently, so we can make that next move up towards the 190 call. If you've been in this place since the 180s and you're still holding, you're looking good right now. Now, what I will tell you, this is a short week, and we keep on watching how prices are falling in crypto. Be a little bit careful about how the market reacts to a lot of these plays. So there's nothing wrong with actually closing out a play, never overstaying your welcome, and then deciding to jump back into play on a dip with Disney for a further rollout of the 190 call. But the 190 call is shaping up just perfectly for what we're looking for. Okay, so let's get into Apple. Apple is the next play that we called as well last week, and we're saying Apple, man, it's open room season here. Look at this. It's nothing on the top right now for Apple to do, so we're looking to see hopefully that we don't get a pullback, any type of pullback soon. Now remember, Apple has news out about they're actually doing the unveil of the new iPhone 13 for them, iPhone 13, where they're looking to actually reveal that on September 14th, and that is the next catalyst for Apple. Now, they did have some negative news today that the Apple head of actually creating the Apple car, he actually is now looking to move on to Ford, which that's like a blow to Apple, but we don't really know how big of a blow that could be. It needs more details to get into it, but it really didn't affect the stock price today, up another 1.5%. And I'm telling you, the Apple catalyst for the iPhones is this is a buy the rumor, sell the news type of event where you want to get your play together now, run it up, and then be out of the play before either September 14th, or you got to make sure that your option play is a little bit further out than the September 14th sub. If there's a correction, because we know how mainstream media news has been affecting a lot of the hot stocks that we've been watching. On the downside, it'll have a downside pressure right away, but then it can recover smoothly and go above these pressures. There's nothing that's holding Apple back at this point in time. Like if you go and look at it on the daily, just look at it here. We're seeing open room, open season on this whole thing with Apple. So pay attention to what we got going on here, and we want to see this retest again at the 156 mark that we're sitting at now. We want to get past this resistance level to go push back up to 157, and then we're off to the races to 160. So that's a key level for Apple. Now Apple does retrace. It can retrace about 5 to 10% correction territory on any type of a dip in the NASDAQ. So if you're looking for a buying opportunity for shares, I would recommend that you wait a little bit here. I mean, it's never financial advice. You can do what you want to, but if you're looking for entry into getting into Apple, I would say that my next entry leg down would be about not even 154. I would go out even further than that, fam, if I was y'all. If I wanted to get in on Apple, I would be not even thinking about getting into Apple until about 145.89. Okay, if you wanted to get in on a better level than what's currently being traded at today. Now that could be months from now, or it could be a couple weeks from now, depends on what type of correction we get. But at the same time, I don't see a correction in the SPY anytime soon. So if there's no correction in SPY, the NASDAQ is going to keep on rolling directly along with SPY, and you can see that Apple could push towards 160, 165 before it slides back, and 145.89 would be the first time I would actually look to take a bite of the Apple if you're looking to get in on Apple. So now let's get into some of the plays I called today. Some of these plays I called today, I think that they were actually magnificent calls to get into early, and some I called last week, they're still trending in the right direction. And then we have a few where we just need to make sure that we talk about to see why they're losing on the back end right now, and can they actually recover. Those are some of the things that we want to get into today, and then we'll talk about a little bit of having a little bit of patience in the market when you're playing high option plays, because high expiration dates can speed you up. That can take effect too. So we're going to talk about a couple of those things too. So let's get into some of these charts, and we're going to talk about Rocket Labs first. So Rocket Labs, we called this play today for a $15 call, and you'll see that on the high it went to 1646. If you can't see that, that's what it is over there. It's 1646, and you'll see here that Rocket Labs pushed today. Okay, it really pushed. And how did we see this pushing up and shaping? We saw it on the monthly first. Okay, we saw that it was no walls here that was actually holding Rocket Labs back as it was getting ready to open the day at 15:02. Now the previous close was at 13:52 on Friday, and we saw this as happening and developing really fast and steadily. We talked about this in my live stream in the Patreon group over there in the Discord. So we was looking at how Rocket Labs could be an actual push on the day, and it really was. It ran up immediately, pretty much at market open. Like you can tell. Let's look at the candles today. We'll go to the 15-minute candles. Okay, so we go to the 15-minute candles. You'll see basically, essentially at 9:30 today, this thing ripped all the way up into about 10:30. Then it cooled off for a bit, but then it made its next run up before taking that leg and that breakdown. Now, what is next for Rocket Labs? Can this push continue to happen again? Well, if we're going to see that push, which I hope that if you was in Rocket Labs today, you actually sold your position today at that $15 call, because you should have made great money today on that play. Salute to any and everybody who got in on the Rocket Labs play. And man, let's look at where you can get in back in if you're looking for another retrace of that. Well, if you want to actually see that could happen again, what you want to see first is that you want to see this 1546 level is the next leg in the race for Rocket Labs. If you want to see it push further than 1646 for a bigger gain. So we're talking about basically bouncing off this level of support at 1434, which is what we have, and now you want to see a new level of support, actually a resistance that you want to see it push through is going to be at 1546. Okay, now you know some people draw technicals a little bit different. I draw mine like that. I think that it's going to be 1546 is where you're going to see the next retest, and then when you get down onto the daily, looking at that, look where we get back to. We're dealing with just that wall, but getting up to 1646, but it's open territory at this point in time. So we definitely want to push past 1519, heading to 1546. Now let's look at Hippo. Okay, Hippo Holdings, we call this play as well for the Discord family. So if you're not over in the Discord, you missed out on this play as well, man. But this play is killing for us today. Okay, so let's go over to the 1 hour and we'll see exactly what happened with Hippo today. So we call this play when Hippo was actually closed at $5.23. We called it for the $6 call. On the $6 call, you see it opens up on today. Let's see, we got to open at 9:30. You'll see here, you got that push, you got that immediate push up, and then about at noon, about 1:30 today, that's when it started to decline. And this is when I made the, hey, you need to be up out of this play if you're holding this longer than that. If you're looking for getting that gain, this is where your game was going to be at, and you should have closed up good today. So you caught it on that downside, you was good to go. And man, this is another play that we saw happening and develop smoothly. People should have made money today on this play. Congratulations if you did. But let's move into another play, and this is another play that we talked about last week, and that's Kirkland's. Okay, man, I got Kirkland's boxed off good here. Let's look at Kirkland's. So this whole box that we sitting in with Kirkland's, let's get this cleared up for a second. All right, you'll see this box that we're currently in right now on Kirkland's. Now, this is what we're looking to see. We've got a downside correction of $7.27. So if you was 27%, excuse me. So if you was listening to me last week, this is why I say overstand your welcome is never a thing that I will say to do. If you can get in and out of a play, you can do whatever it is that you want. But if you get up good on a play like this, we call Kirkland's for the $20 call. We've seen this thing run all the way up to $24.32. Like, you probably can't see that in this box, so I will clear this box real quick so you can just see where we're at right now. Let me clear that off. So we clear that off, you'll see it ran up to $24.32. And being at $24.32, this was a warning sign that it was time to run, because look at how clear it was for Kirkland's. Kirkland didn't have any pressure on it until it goes way back over here to about $24.92. That's the earliest that you even see any type of pressure indication. And then this is about 3 months ago at that point in time. So Kirkland's was running smooth. There's just a slight correction here, but this is a point in time where you don't want to be in the play right now. You want to wait for it to cool off, and we can watch this play develop and then see if it actually retests this 22.79 level, key support level that it broke through, and now that's resistance. We're looking to see if it gets back above this level, and then maybe we can see another push past 24.32 on the downside. Okay, so let's look into another play, and man, the next one is going to be Smuckers. SJM. Now we call this for the $120 put. People over in the Discord, they was worried about this play, and man, it was like, Craig, this ain't coming down fast enough. But the downward pressure in the channel was happening, family. That's what I wanted to show you here. That if you're looking at this downward pressure in the channel, it was happening all along. And this is one of those things where it takes time for some things like this to develop, and sometimes you can get a little antsy because theta decay is on your butt. Depends on how you're playing this, and the more and longer that it stays from getting to the level that you want to see it at, the more money that you can feel like you're losing than you're really not, because it's other plays that are popping off. That's one of the things about the psychology of money, is when you're looking at other people making money, especially in a small knit group like we have over in our Discord, it makes you kind of get to the point where you get a little antsy. You're like, I should have been in that play instead of this play. And there's numerous plays that you can always be in around the world. And so when you're in some of these plays, you have to understand what it is that you're looking for. And this is just a play that we saw in the downward channel that we knew that it was actually coming back to us, and we called this. And this is just what you have to see. You have to see these points on the line, and man, you have to hope and believe that your chart is doing what it's supposed to be doing. And to me, the chart never denied me that it was going to 120 and below, and we're already at that level. So then this is early. This is a play that we called for, I want to say October. Let's look and see what that play was actually supposed to be for. I want to make sure I am not joking about that one. So we keep the spreadsheet always up to date about where we're at in the Discord. So I'm gonna pull that up real quick, but as we see what Smuckers was actually supposed to be listed at on this. So we had Smuckers for going over to the 30 tab. So we had this for the 15 October 21 put. Now we call this play for $1.92 premium at the time of recording that video for the Discord, man. So if you go over to the put side now and you look at the 120, now you're looking at going out to 15 October, you'll see that 120 is now up to $3.10 premium. Okay, so that means that we're making good money. If you're still in this play, or if you had any doubts about this play, this is to show you that we need to just exhibit patience sometimes, okay, in the market. And when you exhibit patience in the market, you will be rewarded. I'm gonna talk about another play here now, Clove. Let's look at Clove. Okay, so I called this play on Friday, and I am a person who needs to take his own advice in certain cases, right? Because I called the Freestyle Friday play for Clove as I seen that the selling pressure was getting ready to subside, but then on Friday that selling pressure came back in. So we go over to the daily, you'll see that we had a nice downward decline on the daily. If you go over to these 1 hour candles, you'll see this pressure that came in over that weekend, that we saw that basically Clove just didn't set up the way that I wanted it to, so I backed out of the play. But if I would just exhibit that patience, that same patience that I just described about Smuckers, I would have made a big bag on Clove today. But salute to the people in the Discord who followed through on the play and even held. And some probably even held due to the fact that they didn't want to get the pattern day trader warning on them. And that was a win to their side. Because look at this. This was a straight move from this downside directly up over 23% on the day. That's a major grand slam in a lot of the books that I see a lot of people talk about. So this is just another play that we call over in the Discord, and this is what we do. And I just want to make sure that you getting this logic, this philosophy that we're bringing to the table each and every day. So this is what we're getting into, and I'm not even trying to get you to sign up for anything. I just want you to understand that it's about us changing the mindset that we have, that sometimes you want that immediate gratification. You got to stop thinking about immediate gratification. You got to understand what's the talent level that you're using to get into the plays that you have. And then when you understand what your logic is for getting into a play, then that's when you need to understand that sometimes it may not go the way that you want it to immediately, but you give it the time to grow and do what it needs to do and move in the way the market is supposed to. Now, there are certain times when you want to get out of a play because it just is not right for you. But when it's a play that's developing and you're using the right capital for your position, then it's nothing for you to worry about. If you're spending $100 on a play or $80 on a play, and that $80 is something that you are normally going to put up anyway, maybe you should wait a little bit and give it a little bit more time. Now, if you overextending yourself in a play, then that's reason for you not to overstay. That's why we say it's got to be, your option game has to be custom fitted to directly what you can handle and how much you can invest. That's really and truly what it comes down to. And Clove is a beast. This is a play that we're seeing get crazy today, and this is one of the ones investors on the big watch for short squeezing. And this, you see the order flow that came in over the last couple of days, and now that thing squeezed today for a big piece of the pie for a lot of people today. So salute to any and everybody else that took my advice over in the Discord about Clover on Freestyle Friday. You made big money today, and I'm proud of each and every single one of y'all. Now let's get into Bitcoin, okay? Because we got to talk about this to set up our talk about my last play that I want to get into on the evening. Now you're looking at Bitcoin today, and Bitcoin got that news about El Salvador having an issue with crypto actually being this national currency today, as the apps wasn't working the way that they were supposed to. Excuse me. So let's talk about this, okay? Well, that gave a lot of people a buying opportunity in crypto if that's what you're looking to do. Like if you're looking at this chart now, let's go out to the monthly. You'll see here that Bitcoin is still basically up on the monthly. It's getting kind of flat though. But then you'll see that if we go out to the 1 year, look what we're at. We're trending down again on the 1 year, okay? So now we got some walls that we need to break through, and we have some key resistance levels that we want to see, that we want to actually get through here. So that's what we're looking at now. But this 53,174 is a key resistance level. We've touched this. Let's just put it in the box so you can see that we've touched this multiple times, and we've retraced from this multiple times, and we came right back down into this box. You got it there, okay? And then you have it here again. So you'll see that we had the box again here, came back down to that level. Then you'll see once again here in that same level. So basically the gist of this story is that every time we get to this level, we're always getting back to the point where we are testing this level over and over again. So now we need to see a push through this level altogether, so we know that it's time for us to actually back up out of it. So now that's what we're looking at here. So now we join in onto the 4 hour. Let's look at the 4 hour candles here. We'll back out and just look at it here. Now you'll see that I drew these lines previously before from other videos and other charting I've been doing. But you see, we came out of this channel, we broke that channel, and then we made that move to the upside. When we made that move to the upside, now we're getting up here to this point. Now we get that correction here on the day. So now we're down. We come almost down to the almost perfectly to the touch of 43,322, but this is actually bouncing 43,525 and bounce back up. Now it could be another retrace here. Now, why do we think it could be another retrace? Because this is weak support at this time right now. It's not the very key. It broke this trend line, like I said. So now we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We got 5 bounces on this line right here. But what we're looking for is actually for that push. That push that we want to see is more up in this area right here, but it's no fulfillment here. So this is what we think that we're going to probably get another retest at right here, and then it's going to take a bounce back down from here. So I think we'll see a soft bounce on actually the 43,834, and then we'll come back down and we'll either bounce off the support again for the 4332, or we'll come all the way down to about the 4322 is about what we'll come back down to. I don't think we'll go below 4322. We might see a retrace to about 46. I'm sorry, 4629 is what we might see a retrace to. So we get that retrace, then that's where we're currently going to be at that point in time. But that's one piece of the puzzle. Let's look at ADA, because ADA is another play that I love. Cardano is a beast. I think this is one of the best cryptos to be in outside of Ethereum and Bitcoin. You can always have your cup of tea about any other crypto, so don't sue me if you feel that way about it. But when you're looking at Cardano here, right? Comment down below what crypto are you in. Are you in Bitcoin? Are you in Cardano? Are you in Ethereum, Farmcoin, all of those? Let me know which ones you're in, because man, I love talking about crypto and I want to get the crypto game up on this channel. So comment down below about what crypto you in, and man, we can take a look at some of those. So what I want to show you here is that you're looking at Cardano. It basically do the same similar thing that Bitcoin does. So this is a retest down to the key support levels that I had already drawn. Didn't draw these today. Already key support levels $2.07, and then we're looking at the next support level. It bounces back down past that one. The next one's going to be at $1.87, which we don't want to see it go there. But if we do, that's a great prime buying opportunity. If you're not buying crypto every weekend, especially on the weekends after you've done all your trading and actually moving some of your cash value over into crypto, you're not doing it right, fam, in my opinion. Now that's just my opinion. I think that you should be at least sending some money to the side over in crypto, so you can have that money developing and growing for you, and it's a safety net. Okay, so that's what I believe, and that's just my logic on it. But when you're looking at this sets up the play that we need to talk about, that I actually came on the mic this morning and talked about, and that's Marathon Digital Holdings. Okay, Maritime Digital Holdings is in a retrace, very much so based off what Bitcoin and all the crypto market done today. So when we call for the $40 call on the play for Maritime Digital Holdings, let me make sure we called it for the 40. We called it actually for the 44. Okay, we called it for the 44 call for this week for expiration. Okay, now we didn't see that this was actually going to be a recorrection right here on crypto. So a lot of people are panicking, saying, okay, what about this play? What's going on with not even this play? It's other plays over in the Discord that's dealing with crypto, that's based on what happened with crypto, that we can see actually pushing to the good, but actually get this bounce off of crypto right now with Bitcoin that is actually putting pressure on those option plays. So if you're having panic or worries about this type of move right here, because it could take a second or two, it could be a quick recovery, or this could be something that could be systemic and that can take a while to actually push back through. Look at the correction that we saw in May off crypto, where it took us a while to get that speed and acceleration back up in crypto, and that's what we're currently sitting at again now. Now this recovery is not as steep as it could have been before, because it could have been down to 35, it could have been down to 29. We're not there at that level yet, so we're at good current levels that's healthy for a retrace for us to actually push back up. So if you're looking at that in that level, you know that we see this green counter on Maritime Digital Holdings, and really and truly all we need is a good day in crypto, and you'll see Maritime Digital Holdings and all the sympathy stocks that trade with it push to 12, 15, 20% levels in a day. So currently for me, if you're in Maritime Digital Holdings, this is one of those things where you close and roll, in my opinion, where you know you need more time on the play, because I do believe that you're going to see Maritime Digital Holdings actually come out of this trend line and actually break through past $44 as they get this momentum back. This is just a healthy correction for it at this point in time, and that's what I see on the chart. I mean, you just got to look at what's going on. Even looking at the 20 minutes, it started to try to trend back up today, but that's just not wasn't enough time for it, and it's going to take a little bit more time. So that's what we're looking at. But on a daily, you see this run that it was actually on and actually breaking towards $49 with a nice little push that it could have made. But now we got some walls that we got to break through, and now we got to break through those selling walls, and we will, but it's going to take time. So if you're in Maritime Digital Holdings, do not overstay your welcome currently. I would say close, roll, and then move into a longer expiration call if that's what you're looking to do. It's nothing wrong with selling puts right about now, but you got to be careful about the puts, because a quick crypto rally can eat you alive in anything that you set up on the put side. So you better just wait this one out on the sideline and actually find another play to move into, and we went through a whole bunch of them today. So I hope you found value in this content today. If you have, hit your boy with a like, definitely subscribe to the channel, and go ahead and definitely bang that notification bell so you can be notified each and every time I drop way more high content like this. Man, you already know what I need for you to do. I definitely need you to get that life insurance, so just use that second link down below and apply for that in just 5 minutes, because it's simply just the right thing to do for not only you but for your family too. Hey, you already know what time it is, baby. I'll catch you in the next video. Y'all stay safe. Peace.